Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered, you know that, you have eyes. It's going to be a good night for the map, it's going to be scanned, it's going to be motive, it's going to be a TVP. Going to be a long one sent to me by RJB a while ago. It's in the DEFCON 1 folder, which means that it is very excellent in some way. Top left, it's going to be our Red Terran player. It is scanned. Bottom left, it is a motive. All right, man, both players spamming over 500 APM in the early stages here. Motive likes to do carriers against Terran. I think Scan knows that, so let's see if there are carriers in this replay, and if there are, they're probably in the thumbnail. So sorry for spoiling you, but hey, carriers are rare these days. Got it myself. Hey, it's a hallucinated Ursidon. What's up, dude? You're going to disappear. We've got a center base on Good Night on high ground, which makes it entirely attractive to especially Terran players here. Got a natural here on the high ground. Weird ramps leading up to it. A nice little choke here. And expansions at the 9 o'clock. And the 3 o'clock. And the 12 o'clock. And the 6 o'clock. Little minerals only. Low ground expansions, which I do hate. They are featured on Dominator, which is a current map. And we will see. We will see if anybody chooses to take it. All right, what's the plays, folks? Barracks and Gateway. We're going to go in ×2 the early game here because there are no proxies, no cannon rushes, just a respect shown to the other player here. No Nexus firsts, just nice and standard and safe. Cybernetics core before expanding. Barracks to be safe, and then expanding without any gas, but that's a-okay because you're being punished for it because Dragoons will shoot your barracks and repairing it drains your resources. So everything is a-okay here. We will have to see if spider mines are going to be the first research for the machine shop, but we have a little bit of time to wait. Singularity charge coming in, as is tradition. Actually, singularity charge before expansion. Intriguing concept. We're looking good. Dragoon going to show up once he's got the range upgrade, start firing on that bunker. We know how this works. We're going to go for Fast Reaver. It's going to be a robotics facility coming up next, and indeed it is. Factory finishing up. Another factory getting started before the first factory is done, and machine shop, and I think it's going to be spider mines or maybe a tank because we need to shoo away these Dragoons. So, Dragoon coming up to shoot at the bunker. Bam. There it is. And so it's going to be a tank, and then the first upgrade I think is going to be spider mines. There we go. Tank on the way. And then upgrade. You have enough energy for an upgrade, or not enough money for an upgrade here, Scan. What are we doing? Excuse me there. Mute. There we go. Mute button was kind of titchy there, but I think we're good now. So 2 SCVs for 2 Dragoons. 3 SCVs actually for 2 Dragoons. Interesting. Anticipating the 3rd Dragoon here. 4 Dragoons. Are we going to try to jump in and snipe down the tank? I don't think we are, right? Oh, there we go. Low ground mineral base being warped in here by Motive. Oh, shuttling Dragoons into the main base, delaying the construction of 2 factories. Fair enough. And chasing away tanks without siege mode. So, yeah, spider mines and vulture speed are the first 2 researches to be made on the machine shops, not siege mode. And following up is a robotics support bay here from Motive, man. All right, so performing a citizen's arrest there are these SCVs. 4 Dragoons down, a couple of tanks down, a couple of SCVs. 38-37 here in favor of the Protoss player Motive. And a Reaver coming up inside this robotics facility. So Motive is on early harass. Dragoons, again, siege mode isn't done here. So Dragoons against unsieged siege tanks? Dragoons. That is it. Nice snipe. Nice snipe of that spider mine. Not that one. Not that one indeed, but that one there as well, and that one. So just nicely done, targeting down those spider mines, and the Reaver shows up just in time. Bam! Dealing out punishment, taking down siege tanks. Ah, 3 hit points remaining on that siege tank. This is a desperate hold here, and bam, taking down 1 siege tank. Taking down another siege tank, 1 more hit, 6 hit points and 3 hit points respectively. There we go. And this tank's like, run, run. They have 4 legs. Oh, nice block there with this Dragoon. And, sniping the Reaver with vultures. Scan. That was a super hype moment, man. Oh, blocking with a pylon temporarily until Dragoons can show up here. Wow, so what a hectic early game this is. And we're not even on ×2. Spider-Mine taking down yet another Dragoon. 69 supply to 65 supply here from Motive as the advantage, but just a little bit too close for comfort here in a PvT. Spider-Mining there? Nope. Not Spider-Mining there. How many tanks? How many tanks are on the field here right now? 2 that were just barely made. We've got tanks coming out of these. We've got vultures coming out of these. 4 racks on 2 bases. That little push was, I don't know. I don't think it was good for scan here. And there's, yep, another Reaver on the way. Citadel of Adun. Yes, indeed. Got ourselves an academy for comsat scanning, DTs, and scouting. And are we going to settle into a mid-game here of PvT where the Protoss has to expand quickly as possible? And these vultures are not expected to get out of here with their lives. Just taking down as many probes as they can before they die. 51 SCVs to 50 probes. We are bouncing back and forth here to see who has the most workers. No, warping into 4th Nexus. Like I said, expanding safely but quickly. Because again, we need so many resources to compete with this extra cost-effective composition of siege tanks and whatever else Scan is doing here. Armory on the way. I think we're going to incorporate Goliaths here because, again, there are shuttles and there are Reavers inside those shuttles. So, again, welcome to another edition of Falcon Paladin Casts StarCraft Remastered. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit that subscribe. I'm here streaming on the site 6 times a week. I've got 6 extra focused, high level, high priority games posting by themselves on the YouTube channel under the videos tab every single week like this one. So if you enjoy, I hope you enjoy your stay a lot. Vulture swinging out. What's the play here, folks? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nexus coming in. And 2 Reavers inside a shuttle is a dangerous thing, man. We've got ourselves a Templar Archives and 1 Stargate on the way here, so I think it's going to be Arbiters and not Carriers, but that doesn't mean we can't throw down another Stargate and a Fleet Beacon sometime in the future. So we'll keep an eye on that production tab. We'll keep an eye on the Cybernetics core, see if it's researching an upgrade, as we do in this PvT. My goodness. Whew, that was a hectic early game, but hey, a little bit of a slower middle game. That is A-okay. Arbiter Tribunal coming up, as predicted. We've got a Wraith on the way here, too, to help with those shuttles that we talked about like 1 minute ago. Spider-Mine right here, Spider-Mine right here, just checking to make sure that we're not expanding super fast here from Motive. And at this point, just delay the siege tanks. Pick off siege tanks. Pick off, bam. There you go, vultures like that. Pick off spider mines. A scarab for a spider mine. I don't feel like that is a good trade here. But Motive thinks otherwise. And yeah, just triggering, bam, taking a hit from a spider mine so we can expand here. And then expand here as well. 1 more hit from a spider mine, Mr. Dragoon, and you are dead. So maybe send over a zealot to do that work for you, maybe? Wraiths. One Wraith picking off an observer and then chasing down the shuttle here, but Dragoons chase him away. I don't think there's a good place to engage, Motive. What is up, dude? Oh my gosh. All right, so right on top of these tanks here, the Vultures, I think, are not in ample numbers here to thin out these Zealots. Oh, okay, so several tanks went down. Yeah, okay, so fair enough, Motive. That was a good engagement there. And Command Center, one more hit. There we go, killing the third base here from Motive. We've got Arbiters on the way here. Do we have Stasis being researched? We do not. We have an idle probe, though. Maybe he's blocked in here because they made a forge, and he's over here, and I don't think he can get out. So we'll check on him a little bit later. Come on, Motive. Throw down. Throw it down to Nexus, dude. Throw down the Nexus. I know, you're making Arbiters, you're making Observers, you're making Pylons, you're making upgrades, but hey, you have 400 minerals. Throw it down. You delayed the third base by so much. Getting a fifth base at this point will really, really help you in the late game here against our guy Scan. 2, 4, 6. Six factories here. We've got ourselves a dropship here at 14 minutes with Vultures, right? So Vultures dropping here behind the mineral line. This is why there's a cannon here inside the natural mineral line. And 4 Vultures are bullying this poor Dragoon, man. Bam! And killing the probe that launched this Nexus and trying to kill this cannon, but I don't think they are in substantial numbers or with good upgrades to kill it. Yeah. Okay, good attempts, I suppose. Kind of a weird choice there from Scan. Again, at +2 upgrades for Vultures, they can take down cannons, again, in good numbers. And at +3 as well, even fewer numbers, but at +1 and +0, meh. Not worth it to engage a cannon. That is my experience. We've got Stasis on the way. We've got Science Vessels on the way here from Scan. And a 4th Command Center on the way. This is a Vulture run by. And then unloading 2 siege tanks with the drop ship. This is a concerted effort to take down the 5th base before it even gets up. What are we targeting? The cannon. Okay, fair enough. Dragoons coming up this narrow ramp, sniping down spider mines, forcing it on siege on these siege tanks. Ooh, lifting off and running away. These are a lot of Dragoons with +1 attack at 15 minutes, and then chasing down the Vultures. There is nowhere to run, man. Not even close. Just accept it. Accept your fate. Let us kill you, and we will make it quick, say these Dragoons. The Observer with speed says, hey, there's another Dragoon over here. Check him. Check him, check him. These 3, I apologize. 3 Dragoons say yes. Very good. Thank you indeed. And the 5th base is secure. 4th base is secure as well. Here from Scan. We'll see if somebody takes this center base in this game. It is a long macro game, or maybe it's a sneaky twofer. You don't know. You don't know what this is. I do sneaky twofers, man. A recall on the way. Storm coming in at 16 minutes. Seems a little bit late for that. I feel like Storm is a good thing to have a little bit sooner than this, but he's alive. He's got 5 bases. He's throwing up a 6th base down here. Like, we're not super worried about anything, are we? Are we worried about anything at all? +2, +1 siege tanks, +3 is getting fired up now at 16 minutes. Going to have that +3 soon. It's really important for the Terran player to have that 3 attack, and every Terran player we ever cast in a PvT is going to make a priority of that. So just keep that in mind, Terran players. If you're playing ladder games and you're not getting your +3 attack started at least around 16 or 17 minutes, maybe consider prioritizing that a little bit, like Scan does, right? Like Light does, like Rush does, like Royal does. Who are your heroes in the Terran scene? Flash, for example. Right? He gets those upgrades fast, doesn't he? And it helps him win. You trying to win StarCraft? Get upgrades, man. Get upgrades. There's nothing more frustrating. Recall attempt. EMP says no. EMP denial. Ah, every Terran fan is so happy about that. They just sat up on their seat like, yes, let's go. Let's go. EMP those Arbiters. Get them out. I don't know if a recall into this position would have been great anyway. There's a bunch of spider mines and turrets and stuff, and it's kind of tough when you unload into a bunch of spider mines, no matter who you are, Protoss, Terran, or Zerg, right? So the whole point of the spider mine for base defense is that reason. Motive spending an awful lot of time kind of hanging out in the middle high ground here. I don't see any probes. He doesn't really want to take this base currently, but man, it would be cool to take this base. Take the center. It's so rare. It really shows either you're desperate or you're overconfident, or maybe just extremely accurately confident. I don't think Motive's in a position to do that here, so maybe not. He's got a 20 supply lead. He's got a 10 worker lead. Stasis is up. Zealots, Psystorm. It's the triple cocktail here of Psystorm, Zealots, and Dragoons, and Stasis. Quadruple cocktail. Trying to break down a position here. This is Motive we're talking about. This isn't Best. This isn't Bisu. This isn't Snow, who are just elite masters at breaking tank lines. This is Motive. He's good. He's really, really good. He's just not one of those dudes, which is really no shame. I'd like to see some more pylons, maybe protecting these probes a little bit on run-bys. Like this. This pylon wall is great, but if we're on this base, it'd be nice to have. Like, you can still hop over here. I guess the cannon's kind of stopping it. And here, like, more pylons would be nice. Cannons, and then trying to block the ramp a little bit. Can't quite do it. Another round of Dragoons pops out, though. Like, right in the nick of time here, and should be able to handle these vultures before any probes die at all. Yeah, nice hold. Great hold there by Motive. And Ninja expanding in the top right. I thought he would take this base next or this base next. I did not even consider he'd take the top right base. But those are technically Scan's minerals. If Scan gas. If he can take any of this from Scan, that's huge. Any of it from Scan are resources that Scan's going to miss later. Because this map is going to run out of minerals eventually. You don't know how long this game is going to go if you're Scan or if you're Motive. So taking massive amounts of resources from wherever you can on the map, and even if the Terran takes them back, he's going to have fewer resources to work with from that point on. Wow, engaging into this low ground minerals only base again. He really likes this spot. I kind of disagree. Stasises would be nice. Arbiters haven't been EMP'd yet. He's trying to bait them out. Oh, he did get EMP'd. Totally got EMP'd. Never mind. Good EMPs there. I apologize, Scan, for not recognizing that when it happened. Look at him just naked transferring these probes up the right side. I guess he had all the attention of Scan over here, right? All the attention of Scan over here. Trying to swing up into the top right hand of the map. More and more Zealots. 20 Zealots at a time. Are you capable, Protoss players who are watching this, of making 20 Zealots at one time in your game of StarCraft at any point? Because if you are, you're awesome. High five to you. Big pat on the back. Yeah, look at him. He's 100% being like, I gotta mine as many minerals from this base as I can so Scan doesn't get them. I can take this one whenever I want. I can take this one whenever I want. But this one is gonna swing the game for me, he says. Look who's heading over that way. Scan's like, wait a second. Dude, he's actually taking a low ground minerals only base. Just kidding. He's not heading to that top right now, at least. Yep, Dragoons will engage with this. Unsiege siege tanks and vultures, absolutely. They'll kind of kite around with it, taking out a science vessel. That's not cheap. Oh, these probes! No, probes, no! No! You're gonna get target fired. You're gonna get target fired, friends. Ugh. That was a terrible decision. Recall them up here. Shuttle them up here. Do not have them walk up this way. Not when a Terran army is wandering over here with +3 siege tanks. And then the counterattack. The most dangerous thing of PvT for a Terran player is the Protoss counterattack. And here it is. There's a few siege tanks here, not as many as were there previously. Arbiter flies into like 5 turrets and just gets obliterated for 1 stasis. Not a big fan of that, right? Let's keep our casters alive. Spellcasters are important in StarCraft at this level especially. Command center down for the 2nd time today. A little Psystorm tickling. Taking a lot of HP off of these siege tanks. Oh, 2 storms, I apologize. Taking out a handful of those siege tanks. Not bad at all. 163 to 144 supply, but losing a base there. Scans up, but hurt economically. And this base continues to mine with 2 tanks firing at it. Is anybody? I think it's dead. I don't think Motive's in a position to actually do anything about this. Well, it's like, I got as many minerals as I can from that base. I'm willing to let it die now. Those gateways are a bigger problem, though. I guess he has a bunch down in the bottom right, too. DT's in production. Terran's working on that +3 armor upgrade, as one does when one is a Terran. Eventually you get to 3-3. Sometimes Terrans forget, though. 180 to 173 supply. Arbiter. Oh, gosh. Yeah, he's trying to hold on to this base. I assume he saved it with like a round of DTs or Zealots or something. Oh, good scan. Good scan on those DTs. You do so well against them Vulture Bros, especially with +3-3. This cannon will not survive. The other ones will come up, but he's willing to fight them because, again, he's got the +3 attack. This is what we're talking about. In a PvT, top right base, still mining. This is insane. I can't believe it's still happening. It is a war zone of economic gathering, though. Vultures are willing to fight against gateways at this point when they have +3 attack. But no, everybody coming in here is dead, and by golly, Motive saved it again. And then here comes Scan to crush it with a ginormous tank army. This is like 20 siege tanks. Ooh, even if you can high ground this, it seems really, really dicey. More Dragoons, more High Templar in production all the time. Good stasis on the ramp. It's going to be really, really, really hard to get up this thing. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Wow, they slipped right up here. I mean, not all at once, obviously, but that's as many, I think, as he wanted to bring for Scan. This is really nice by Scan. Recall at the 12 o'clock causing major issues. Is that a Spider-Mine connection on a bunch of SCVs, or was that a friendly fire siege tank? That might have been friendly fire siege tank fire, friends. Not ideal if you are an SCV to die that way. And he doesn't clear this out, because he can't clear this out. This game is chaos. Super chaos right now. That's a 0-kill Dragoon. Somehow he's been in here for like 2 minutes. Ooh, he got 1 kill. Hadn't killed anything at all, but he dies with 1 kill, and he's very happy about that. Need more Zealots. Need more Storm. Need more Stasis. Need more something to deal with these tanks. Look how these guys are just kind of like moving wherever. They're just going to stand in front of 7 siege tanks and die immediately. Sure. Whatever you're into, guys. Do that thing, Dragoons. 157 and 136 supply is massively favoring Scan right now. I'd love to see this Nexus taken by Motive. Take this one too, because this... Oh my gosh. How is this not dead yet? It's not a lot of probes. It's like 10. But man, it's ridiculous. I love this Arbiter. Fight him. Fight him. No! If you'd taken another shot, you could have killed that and stayed alive, Arbiter. Didn't have a lot of HP left, but still... Man, high ground Dragoons against Vultures doing pretty well. I love this base being taken. I love both players taking the main base. One takes the main base, one takes the natural base of that location. It reminds me of some pictures I've seen of the internet where it's like 2 kids wearing the same big t-shirt, and the name of the shirt it is our Get Along t-shirt. Parents who are just tired of their kids sniping and fighting at each other make them wear the same shirt together to make them cooperate on some level. That's kind of what this is, I feel like. They're just right next to each other. Okay, we're back into the 3rd base, folks. This is where Motive has really enjoyed going today. Stutter stepping into the tanks. Got themselves that +3, +2 upgrade. Oh, the Vulture is buffering a little bit, but this command center taking massive damage, and it is going to die. It can run, but it cannot hide. Finally, the top right Nexus dies, but how many minerals are left on these patches? Like 1,000 apiece? Some of them, like 500 minerals have been dropped off of those things, right? Because it's 1,500 minerals per patch. Yeah. So dropped about 500 minerals off of each of those. That could come into play here. It's exactly what Motive is going for. Another base coming up. Ye old Nexus took it maybe later than I wanted it to. Has this Arbiter been doing recalls? Or is it like just kind of flying around getting hunted by a Wraith for the last 5 minutes? I don't see any sign of recallage over here. Or over here. Maybe, I don't think he did another one here either, so no. Maybe just putting some fear of Arbiter into Scan. Scan expanding down this left side would be pretty cool. Retaking this base would probably be worth it. Yeah, definitely worth the resources, but this is the big prize on that left side. Also, take the center. I am subliminally telling these players, someone should take the center. Just throwing that out there into the universe. So both players effectively maxed out. Scan has more resources, more supply and more resources, but not by a lot. Although, never a good thing when your Terran player has more stuff than you as a Protoss, right? You're trying to find an engagement where you don't have to deal with the entire giant maxed out army at the same time, so that's not it. Maybe you come over here, and this is where the best Terran players are swinging their army from left to right across the top side of any particular map, getting in position to deal with the incoming Protoss horde. It's a lot of this matchup is positioning, being in the right place at the right time. I guess every matchup is that way. You got to be in the right place at the right time. But I feel like it makes a lot bigger difference against tanks, especially if Terran's involved somehow. Because if they just have all their tanks set up in a position, you just can't walk into it. Maybe, again, if you're Best, you're Bisu, you're Snow, but Motive is not one of those folks. Taking that right side base, taking center. Come on, take center. Come on, take into the 9 o'clock. Also okay with that. Man, Scan has 70 SCVs. And he's developing a ginormous bank. Suddenly I'm worried about Motive. I don't know. Man, I don't know if he can handle this. This is a big, scary Terran force with 3/3 upgrades. Stasis, maybe. Incredible stasises can get a lot of work done here. More Zealots can get a lot of work done here. Dragoons alone are not going to get this work done here. They need the help of their spellcaster friends and their little dudes who run around on 2 legs instead of 4. Did I say tap the like button if you're enjoying this cast? I think I did. Alright, right side base in a lot of trouble. It's a double ramp to get up to it, though, here on Good Night, which is kind of nuts. Like, when's the last time you saw a 3 o'clock position expansion? There were 2 separate ramps to go up to get to it. Oh, hallucinated Arbiter stuff. Ooh, Science Vessel sniped. I was going to say, if you EMP that, it goes away. At least the hallucinated ones do. Scanning reveals what is what. He's using the hallucinated Arbiters to absorb a lot of those Goliath and missile turret shots. This is cool. And where's he gonna go? Top right? He's gonna recall top right. Let's do this. Ooh, the hallucinated Arbiter used to great effect by Motive. And bam, recalls in, kill a couple SCVs, catch an EMP to the face, kill the Science Vessel, go after the command center, and then everybody dies. I think that's the plan here. They really want that Science Vessel. These SCVs coming back in? Yeah. Dude, I think you could have sniped the command center. Now they're trying to snipe the command center. Now they're trying to snipe SCVs. That's the guaranteed damage here. High Templar still has a storm. Very close to having another storm. If you give him about another 10 seconds, maybe he can do it. These Dragoons are doing their best, man. Doing their absolute best. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Storm it. Storm it. Storm it. No, Motive. No, you gotta storm it. Okay, well, probably wouldn't have made a big difference in the long run. It just would have been cool. Another hallucinated Arbiter attack. Arbiter attack into the main base. Every hallucinated Arbiter dies. And an EMP did that. Okay, never mind. An EMP gets rid of them, and that means the Arbiter has to get out. So, not very cool. I mean, it was a cool move by Scan, but unfortunately it kind of removed the cool aspect there from Motive if it could have gotten that off. Cool, so splitting the map in half, except we've got this base, Motive does, and except he's denying this left side 9 o'clocker. So 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, always big on maps like this. Also taking about maybe like 4,000 or 6,000 minerals from this top right base that Scan does not have access to anymore is pretty good. EMPing the High Templar, quick. Archon yourselves, bros. There it is. It's all you can really do. Scan's just This is tough. The counterattack is better, though. Motive feeling good about that. The majority of his army was over here. So catching a couple isolated siege tanks, more tanks rolling over. Get them before they siege up. Get them before they siege up. Yes, every tank that dies before they siege up is a massive win in every Protoss player's book. Psy Storm's good there, too. Zealot getting up into that top right-hand base. This guy's hanging out doing nothing. Get up there, guy. Do what you gotta do. Do your thing. Do what you gotta do. Holding position. And the SCVs evacuate, because if they stay in there with the SCVs, with the Zealots, they all die. Another attempt up this way. Single Dragoon. I love this guy. It's like, one of these days, that stupid Spider Mine will die. This OBS is way over. Oh, there's another OBS over here. Shooting uphill at a Spider Mine. Denying this base and denying this base for as long as he has, given Motive a big opportunity. He has a 2,000 mineral bank. Scan has no mineral banks at all. None. He's kind of mining from 2 bases right now. His worker count was 70 at one point. It's down to 47. This is looking bad. Another recall into the top right hand. Is that a double recall? Zealots trying to hold the ramp. Psy Storms all over the place. Dragoons, get the command center. Just go get the stupid command center. I know you just want to kill SCVs, but get the stupid command center. There you go. Wait, you're not actually attacking the command center. There it is. Attack that CC. Attack it hard. Ooh, this flank attack. Oh, into Spider Mines. I thought that was something else. Spider Mines look exactly like every other unit on the mini-map when it's just not exciting to watch them die. Cool. Command center down. That's what I've been asking for this entire time. Is Scan going to try to take the center base? It's like, I might need to. I might be in a desperate, desperate position here to where I have to take the center base. Let's see what we get. Volter run by attempt is going to catch a bunch of Zealots and kill them easily because Zealots are bad in the situation. Not sure if this is enough tanks that Motive needs to be afraid of it. But he is, nevertheless. I guess he can't really run. He doesn't have any Psy Storm. This guy is all the saving grace right now. Unless he gets obliterated, which he totally does before he gets a Storm off. I thought he would be able to get a Storm off there. No, no. These guys are still holding the top right. Motive might have this game, folks. He might have it. Protoss fans everywhere are like, we just need a win. We haven't won an ASL since, like, 2022. Friggin' Soul Key's all bonjwawing right now, so we're probably not going to win an SSL for a while either. So every win we can get on the Falcon Paladin channel is soothing our troubled souls. I think, wow, he's down 40 supply right now, so maybe this is not the game for you. As another Nexus is getting directly murdered. This base is important, hugely important. The bank is also helping. The gas is pretty low for Motive. Not happy there. So Nexus down easily. The counterattack up the left side. Motive says I can't engage with this ginormous stupid army. All these little tight areas and ramps I have to engage with. It's not good for me as a Protoss. I don't have +2 shields, but, you know, don't really need that against a Terran player as good as Scan is. Still left side base. No one's taken it yet. Parking himself in the center of the high ground. Psy Storm trying to do as much as he can here with a High Templar and a Dream. Oh, recalling in. Oh, that's what we're here for. Wow, this game's insane. Nice EMP again. Zealots charging their way on top. Nice stasis. Trying to take down this Arbiter. It's got 23 hit points, and finally it explodes. The Arbiter count is not great anymore because the Goliath count has increased so much over the last 10 minutes or so. Goliaths trade surprisingly well against these Dragoons, and a new command center is being brought in to try to retake that top right-hand base. 169 to 159 supply. Scan is up. He's got fewer workers. He's effectively mining from one base right now, which is really bad, but the Protoss is also mining. from one base right now, which is equally bad and perhaps worse, which is why he's trying to take the 9 o'clock, and we'll see if he can pull that off. $140 to $160 supply. Scan continues to be ahead. And he is retaking that top right-hand base, which is going to give him 2 base income against a 1 basing Protoss, at least temporarily. Look at that production tab. 9 Zealots and 10 Dragoons at a time. Scan can't afford to do that. I mean, Motive can't either from now, because he just used all his bank to do it. Most of it anyway. Trying to find a position where he feels comfortable engaging here without any stasis, without any storm, and that's not a good thing. He's long distance mining from this base. Oh gosh, which means they're gonna run into tank lines. There are tanks here. Motive. Okay, now he's being at least recognizing the danger. I am the danger, Walter White would say. And Motive would say that too, taking both tanks out, but there are a lot more tanks where those ones came from. Probes need to get out now. Like, they need to run for it, because more tanks are coming in. Reinforcements, though! Hey! Reinforcements! Trying to flank it. No Psy Storm at all. No stasis available. This Arbiter, not enough energy to do anything. Ooh, did get a stasis off while I was looking at how much energy it had. Zealot count, just not enough either. Friendly fire tank splash, taking another tank out. 140 to 101 supply. Oh no, the tanks are taking their pound of flesh and then some from Motive's army. Here at 39 minutes. This is one heck of an engagement, man. A ridiculous one. This command center might die for the 2nd time today. 3rd time today. My apologies. 3rd time today. Arbiter was at 99 energy and had enough for a stasis almost, and then bam. Science Vessel came in and ruined everything. Alright, this is where we try to take this right-side base. The High Templar are killing themselves to get storms off and trying to kill these siege tanks so the Nexus stays alive. Protoss fleeing from the left side of the base to the right side of the base. Not fleeing so much because they're not running away from something. They're running to something. And he just can't. He gets over here and he turns around because high ground siege tanks with +3 attack are a nightmare scenario. Nexus is going to fall and all these probes are going to die. It was a nice 45 worker count a second ago. Now it's sub 40 and now it's going to be sub 30, and the counterattack up this way is looking pretty good from Motive. Going to catch another command center. These are not cheap. When Scan only has 500 minerals, losing a CC is kind of a big deal. It's burning down, but he heard the siege sounds and pulled off before he could finish it. Let's see if Scan's going to repair this. He needs to at some point or it will die. And I think losing it at this point is not really a good option for him. Yeah, this game's nuts. This is definitely getting an epic tag. 176 to 96 supply. Motive should not be able to win this from here. Not at 40 minutes. Not with this discrepancy. Not with this 1 base count against a 2 basing Terran player, as good as Scan is. Just doesn't have enough to deal with it. Look at all of those vultures. To the point that they are kind of okay fighting with these Dragoons. At least in these limited numbers. So yeah, man, despite the attempts to take resources away from the top right, that's still providing a lot of money. Despite the attempt to keep this away from the Terran player too, despite the attempts to kill command centers everywhere, Scan has done enough to mine enough to get up enough of an army to be up 100 supply here, get enough trades, and get it done. He's 188 supply to 97. Now who's making stuff? That's right. Scan is, and not Motive. Arbiters heading up this way. Single Goliath scouts it, sees it coming in. The first Arbiter stasises the science vessel for the very purpose that this guy is allowed to get over here. And where is he going to recall? Top of the ramp, top of the ramp. Top of the ramp, you're going to get EMP'd. He gets the recall off. Is it enough? Maybe in conjunction with another attack of some kind, he can make this work. Psy-storming SCVs, 28 to 28 workers here. Again, killing this command center is kind of a big move. I know you want to go after the guaranteed damage of killing these SCVs, but additionally, the command center dying is something that I think hurts Scan a little bit more in this position. He's not going to save it. CC down. You think this one ever got saved? Probably not, huh? Okay, good stasis there. These guys, they get recalled on, and then problems happen. Oh gosh, unloading a siege tank and a Goliath at the 9 o'clock base. No, motive, no. This is your one. I think that's it. His one mining base gets shut down. And yes, Scan doesn't have a lot going for him, but he has one mining base, and Motive doesn't. Motive doesn't have enough money for a new one, and that's a GG. Motive is out, and Scan is our winner in 43 minutes in 1 second. Woo! That was amazing. That was one heck of an incredible showing there from our guy Scan. He was attacked constantly. He got recalled into the top right about 17 times, it felt like. He did put some pressure on the other side. He did kill a couple Nexuses here and there. Never really made any major inroads down here, though, did he? He did most of his work out in the middle of the map on high ground, right? High ground positions that was hard for the Protoss to engage into, even with the stasises, and then this drop was just the end of it. He was already up 100 supply, but once Motive had no more income coming, he recognized he was at the deadest of possible nerds and tapped out. So what a bloodbath of a PVT for you today here on Good Night. One heck of a crazy map. And I like how Motive played. He just kind of screwed up a couple times, right? Some probe transfers that were ill-advised. Reaver stuff didn't get as much done, I think, as he wanted to. Couldn't get a recall into the main base when he tried. Not that I'm a big fan of that. Recall here was pretty good. Killed multiple command centers, but at the end of the day, just could not slow down the economic monster and the cost effectiveness. That was Scan, and maybe carriers would have been better. 403,000 points from Scan, 387,000 points from Motive. Scan out producing the Protoss, getting out killed by the Protoss, but only by like 16 or something. Buildings raised more by Scan, and the outspend was a big chunk, but for 43 minutes, was it enough of a chunk? Probably not. Probably not. All right, that was fantastic showing there. That was one heck of a good game from Scan, taking down Motive. Amazing stuff. Good job by the Terran. Sorry, Protoss players. Maybe next time. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and where's the other one? Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin on all the platforms. Check me out there. Just search Falcon Paladin on your favorite social media platform, and I'll be there, okay? I'm even on Reddit these days. Reddit.com/Falcon Paladin. Super thumbs up. Check me out. All right, neat. So that's going to be it for me today then again. Thanks for being here. Thanks for always being here. StarCraft forever. It's 2025. It's never going to die. And until next time, you take care of yourself.